Welcome everyone to the L7C Podcast Wrestling Edition. Today we are here going to talk the world of wrestling, talk about some stories that have happened since our last podcast, and really just shoot the breeze talking some wrestling news. We got the wrestling expert, Mr. Jacob Mason, with us today. How you doing today, sir?
Yeah, I'm doing great, buddy. How are you?
I am doing well. I am doing well. I think this is your first time back since post WrestleMania.
Yeah,
So how's been the little break been?
I I don't know. I've been busy because literally between even WrestleMania season or any other season, they're always working. So
That's
I
true.
can,
That's true. That's true. I hear you, man. But let's get into it. There's a couple of stories I really want to hit on with you, get your thoughts on the pod. Just some funny ones, but and some serious ones near the end. Let's start off with this one, this funny little bit. Becky Lynch and MJF. They are in I think a movie. Yeah, a movie together.
yeah, Happy
And,
Gilmore too.
yep, they're both in that. And Becky, don't know if she was serious or not. She said that she would beat MJF in a promo battle. So, Jacob, I just want to get your thoughts. Like, if they really went in a promo battle, who do you think would win?
MJF, like absolutely MJF. If it was a Twitter battle, Becky Lynch. But if we're talking on the mic, not even close. Not even close.
Now, does it matter the parameters, like the rules? Like, does it matter what
No,
promotion is in? It could be WWE, AEW, New Japan. You put them in a ring, you're taking MJF in a promo battle.
absolutely. I'm taking MJF.
I agree.
Absolutely.
I agree. I just thought that was funny that obviously both of them, different companies being in the same movie, and her saying that obviously is going to cause some uproar and a little stir. And Becky, Jacob, I don't know. Did Becky get wind of the L7C podcast about the Becky Hogan? Becky, like now she's just fully, she's even brought up the Becky Hogan nickname.
I mean, I don't think she actually listened to our podcast. She should, but I highly doubt it.
He should.
I think it's just the fact the entire internet is just Becky Hogan-ing in her right now, and she did listen to us. It'd be Irish Charlotte, uh, not just Becky Hogan.
That's
But
true. Hey, man, a lot of people listen to your shorts, so who knows? Maybe one of them, maybe it did stumble across her timeline.
I fucking hope so. That'd be hilarious. Uh, I mean, hey, at this point, you might as well embrace it. Don't ignore it. You ignore it, it's going to be worse. You embrace it, you can do something with it.
Yeah, I mean, now she's doing it, doing some heel work with it, so we'll see how it goes. Another AEW little war thing, and that Ricochet. First off, Jacob, how do you think Ricochet's been doing in AEW? Your honest opinion.
I mean, him just being able to be heel works out better. Um, all in all, like he's not better in AEW than he was in NXT.
Agreed. He's also, the signature. Go to AEW, trash the previous place, yada yada yada. But for the first time ever, someone from WWE clapped back. Javon Evans, I know you. So, what did you think about the Twitter war between him and Ricochet? And they were going at it.
Well, give me give me a quick rundown of it for me and for the listeners who don't pay attention to Twitter.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So, Ricochet was basically talking, his usual talk. He said randomly he would squash Evans in a match. Evans saw that. He took offense to that. He said, "Oh, my bad. I just got done training at the Performance Center under Shawn Michaels. Something you don't have or do, but I bet your brown head ass would squash me if Tony told you to. Much love, OG." Ricochet then responds saying, "Brother, I was learning from Shawn Michaels when you were 12. Then went on to become a multiple time champion. Let me know when you win one, little boy. And yeah, if Tony asked me, I would definitely beat you. Ah, chew. Then Ricochet went on to say, also, by just simply mentioning my name, this is your most engaged post. You're welcome for the exposure, kid. Then Javon Evans went off. You learned from HBK when I was 12 and became a multiple time champion. Now you're wrestling in front of 2,000 people every week for a crackhead. Talk about an upgrade. Am I right? Hashtag the young OG. That last one with the crackhead comment got deleted off of Twitter, which obviously means that, the powers to be saw it. They saw it picking up steam. Like, yeah, you gotta get rid of that. And that was that.
Um,
You're laughing.
that was pretty good. I mean, uh, Ricochet, I'd say in AEW in general, took the L on that one. That was Ricochet was winning it till that final comment. That shit was fucking great.
Paul Tony called a crackhead.
Dude, I love it. Fuck it. I mean,
Gosh. You're just like,
I mean,
well,
yeah. I mean, Ricochet's not wrong. I mean, this guy got a ton of clout, you
mhm.
know, or a ton of exposure just because of this little tiny Twitter beef. And you know what? Good on him for using it well, I guess, because him calling Tony a crackhead is going to be the biggest thing right now for his career. Because I didn't even know who the hell he was.
Fair enough. Fair enough. That's true. That's true. Man, Jacob, this one right here, it's been a little bit. A couple years ago, as the Dragon Ball expert Mitchell also said about the wrestling portion of the podcast, we were just an update on rosters. It's been a while, but on May 2nd, 2025, WWE had some cuts.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, this seems to happen every year. It happened
Yeah.
last year. It happened. There's always the spring cleaning cuts.
hmm
Always.
hmm
There were definitely some names I was shocked to see on there, though.
Yeah, I think that's what always gets us like the wait, you were just on TV yesterday. Wait, you were just in a title picture feud
Yeah. Uh, yeah. For me, I think the biggest one was we getting rid of Braun Strowman.
after he just came back.
Mm-hmm. Which I've seen, like I've read more into that. I guess he's got, from what I read, and
Mhm.
nothing completely like for sure on this, but it seemed to be getting reported a lot that like he's got like some partial paralysis in his one
Oh,
leg or something. There's something messed up, and it was kind of like, hey, like I don't think he can do everything that he wants to be able to do.
mhm.
So, and they seem to split very amicably. It was very uh hey, we're willing to bring you back, for whatever this, whatever that, and then like I felt bad for Braun, but then like 2 days later it got like announced that he's like having a show on USA about eating food, so I'm sure he loves that.
I think it's the thing that it's confusing for me because obviously when Paul Heyman was on McAfee's show going crazy when we talked about that,
Yeah.
he brought up a lot about Braun Strowman, how Braun Strowman was crying because he wasn't on the WrestleMania card, and basically Paul Heyman said, "You fucking suck. That's why you're not on the card." And then now he gets released, and then you just brought that new information to light, so it's like there might be more to it.
Yeah, I don't think this one's very black and white. I think it was lots of gray in this and that one particularly. Who all was let go? I mean, Braun was let go.
I got the list
Uh,
for you right here. So
you're on it.
Braun Strowman, Dakota Kai, which I'm like, bro, what? She was just partnered with, okay, but I was like, okay. Shayna Baszler, who if you would have told us years ago that like the Shayna we saw at NXT, the Shayna we saw on that destroying everyone in the Elimination Chamber was just gonna get dropped, we would have called you crazy. We would have thought you'd been a monster right now.
Yeah.
That
But
that
is
needs to be
this
studied, bro. She is fumbled.
has she fumbled or has WWE fumbled on her?
Could be both.
Because honestly, I mean, we always talk about it in, you know, the glory days of NXT Black and Gold.
Hmm.
Shayna Baszler was an absolute monster.
Yep.
And when she came up, it was she went after Becky was her first feud, and Vince McMahon had her basically being like a weird ass vampire.
I mean,
Like,
yeah, and she lost that match. She's still the
yeah.
only person ever to eliminate everyone in the elimination chamber, and I think again, I we talk about it a lot. We've talked about it for years. Her losing that match, that was not the right call, and the fact that Becky just gave that title up a couple weeks later because she was pregnant. I mean, why didn't you just
Mhm.
have her lose?
Exactly. Yeah, I but is this going to be the best? Is this going to be possibly the best thing for Shayna?
Yes, I think so.
Because honestly, like I didn't, as much as we like her, they weren't doing shit with her.
No,
So her moving on to not necessarily greener pastures, but different pastures is the best thing that can happen to her right now. Dude, there is a whole bunch of shit she can do.
I also think the Ronda feud didn't help her. I really don't. Like she's the one who ended Ronda Rousey and W. Like they didn't push any. Like if you're the one who retired Ronda Rousey, they should have like really pumped you up.
Oh yeah, that's the same. She was in the uh same boat as Baron Corbin was. Baron Corbin retired Kurt Angle,
Hmm.
and we that he won that WrestleMania match. We never heard anything about it.
Yeah,
Shayna beat Ronda. We never heard anything about it afterwards. That was it. That was done, and we're just like, well, okay, that's that. Honestly, I this is my hot take of the evening. My take is this: I think Dana White's going to pick her up and put her on Power Slap.
I can see it. I
And
mean,
the reason I say that is because there's an indie wrestler I follow called Danny Moe. She's done like a bunch of local shit here in Ohio.
mhm.
And I just seen on her Instagram the other week, uh, Dana White had a bunch of people in for that Power Slap. It was like a Power Slap combine, is what she called it on her Instagram. But there was like a bunch of indie wrestlers who I knew that were there for it. And I was like, okay. But I'm like, dude, Shayna will bring eyes to that more than what regular views you're getting off, shorts and clips and reels.
Yeah.
I can see something along that line happening, and they do have a past, with Ronda and all that jazz. So I can see something along those lines. But Dakota Kai going, that was weird. She was Everyone was just pulling for her like a month ago to win a fucking title.
Yes, and I don't get that. I really don't. And remember, she got released the last time and then came back because remember, SummerSlam where Bailey came back with Dakota and Io.
That
Like
that's right. That's right.
that's what Damage Control is made.
Uh,
So that's weird. That one's weird. The next two, these ones, Caden, Carter, and Katana Chance, I'm like, okay. But the ones after that, Cora Jade, who was like prominent in the NXT down there, and Gigi Dolan both got released. Those two, I don't know what Meltzer does, man. But Meltzer talked about like they got released because they don't work hard, and then they clapped back at him saying like they do work hard. So I, okay, and then those were like the bigger names. Then was Wolfgang, Joe Coffey, Matt Matt Kofi, Eddie Thorpe, Riley Osborne, Jakara Jackson, Oro Mensah, Javier Bernal, Danny Palmer. I think the thing with me, Jacob, with these releases is that it's not private anymore, and that's what gets me. I'm like, bro, these like people like we talk about it after it's in a sense like we're not the ones tweeting, "Oh my God, so and so lost their job," and sometimes that's how the wrestlers are like, "Wait, what?" Like, because those sites are like, "Oh, being reported that so and so's getting released today," before they've even gotten the official call.
yeah.
I think that's the messed up part about it.
Oh, definitely fucked up. I think an unsung hero here is the fact that Bailey
Yeah,
took, I'm not sure if you've seen that, but Bailey took everyone out to dinner,
I
like who
did.
got released.
I
Like,
did.
dude, that's some heartwarming shit right there, you know?
It's sad.
So
I think it also got us more to go off our last podcast. It got us more pissed because the disrespect for her is now we're even more mad. If she's doing
you're
shit like
right.
if she's doing shit like that, and no, I mean, no disrespect to Bailey at all, but I know she's not like the highest earning person on that roster. So it's like, why aren't the Charlotte ain't doing that? We know
Fuck
Becky
no.
Lynch ain't. So like to take them all out and pay for dinner, like, hey, I got you guys.
It wasn't like she took her to McDonald's either. Like, it looked like a really nice steakhouse they went to.
Hmm. So I think this is a weird thing too, Jacob, because obviously I think the last releases is when Indy Hartwell got released,
Yeah,
but she just signed with TNA,
yeah.
and now TNA has like a partnership basically with WWE.
Hmm.
So I guess that's a route. I mean, people could take. They could go to TNA and reinvent themselves, and then still work with WWE in a kind of way.
I mean, Elijah
Yeah,
is
he
doing
just came.
that.
Yeah, yeah,
He was just on fucking he was just on NXT. I definitely see Cora Jade and Katana going to TNA.
yeah.
That seems like an easy pickup all day. Talk about past champions like dude, Gallus, who got released, dude.
Hmm.
They were just NXT tag team champions.
Yep.
Like I don't know. Yeah, I don't I don't understand, like it bothers me that like we were literally just talking about her MMA girl.
Shayna Baszler.
Shanna, thank you. We were just talking about Shanna. It sucks. I don't want to see anyone lose their job. We've all been there.
Right.
That shit sucks.
Right.
But like Shayna, like I have no doubt, like going to go out, go do her thing. It's going to be great.
Right.
But dude, like, why the fuck do we still have Natalia here? And I don't mean that in any disrespect to Natalia either, but like, what are we doing? Because Natalia right now is fucking kind of like killing it, doing her own thing as a WWE contracted superstar, but doing shit outside. Dude, her stuff on Bloodsport, sick. She's in the Crockett Cup, sick. Like she's doing all this other shit, and I'm just like,
Well, go back to Shayna
what?
because you brought up the point about Shayna. Whose fault is that? Is it Natalia's fault or WWE's fault? Because how is she a significantly better, more appealing character outside of the company she's been with for all of her life?
I don't know if it's one of those things where it's like, hey, like your character has soured so much, like we can't put you away and have you do a comeback. You need to just go out. We need to let you go. You need to go out, do your own thing, get your own hype, and then come back. Drew McIntyre style,
Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes style. Sometimes as shitty as it is to lose your job, sometimes that's the best thing. Karrion Kross. I mean, look
Oh,
at his rise.
we
Dude, his
can,
rise right now is nuts.
yeah, we'll get to Carrion later on when we talk about maybe Money in the Bank later in the thing. But there was another person again. Like you said, I'm not advocating for anyone to lose their job. I'm not saying this person lose their job. But when you start doing that comparison, you start getting a little hot. I know why she's still in the roster because I get it, man. She brings a whole bunch of clicks. I mean, she is stacked to the brim. Nikita Lyons, she was one name that I kept seeing like, why is Nikita still on the roster? She sucks. And I'm like, well, just look at her. That's why.
Right. Oh, how man, she was just in TNA last week.
Yeah. Because her name was getting dragged when some of these people are like, wait, people who are getting wrestled are getting released and these people are still there. And I'm like, that's not a fair. I mean,
I
I don't
mean,
know.
I think the funniest thing out of all this is the fact that Cora Jade got released and like 12 hours later she had an OnlyFans.
See, you brought that up. It was just a quick thing. I don't know who Mandy Rose really thinks she is and like how she's trying to rewrite history. Like, I get it. That whatchamacallit, IBeast is the one who leaked your fan page and tried to extort you for money. But she's went on her podcast talking about like, oh, they try to make you feel like you're helpless when you get released, blah, blah, blah. I was like, and she starts shitting on him a little bit, but I'm like, Mandy Rose, you literally, Amanda, you would literally not have the fan base you have now if it wasn't for WWE. Let's just stop that shit. And she keeps talking
100.
about how she was unjustly released. No, you weren't. You had a secret page.
Yeah.
Like we were all like, WTF, you got like, I'm not happy. Like I wasn't happier when you got released because it finally started to click after 7 years. It finally started to click for her. But the fact that she keeps going on this unjust thing, I was like, that's not true. We all have contracts that we sign for our work that says we can't do this, can't do that, that. You literally breached your contract and had a secret page forever. If it wasn't, and again, I'm not even for the guy snitching on you or trying to sort you for money, but girl, you broke your contract. That's why you got released. You didn't get released like these people. Like this is different. That's the pain you're feeling is completely nah, it ain't the same.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
It's not. Jacob, AEW Double or Nothing. It's coming up. By the time this episode comes out, it'll probably already have concluded, but it's it's looking pretty interesting with Double or Nothing. Right now, the current matches set for May 25th. Yeah, so this comes out a week from now. Maybe this actually will be out before then. You got an AEW women's match, Tony versus Mina, men's Owen Hart Foundation tournament finals, Will Ospreay versus Hangman Page, the women's finals, Mercedes Moné versus Jamie Hayter, AEW World Tag Team Championship match, the Hurt Syndicate versus Crew, or the Sons of Texas. So, and then in addition, Swerve Strickland called for an anarchy in the arena match against Death Riders, but the match has not been confirmed. What
Yeah,
do
that match is definitely going to happen. But
you Thoughts on
dude,
Double or Nothing? We're about to get close to the, as we always say, the Wemby.
yeah, dude, I think what's crazy is the fact that like what AEW's been around for what, 4 years now?
hmm
Dude, I find it crazy that like 4 years ago we would have been all over AEW Double or Nothing hardcore. It would have had its full blown pre-pod or pre-show and after show podcast.
Yeah,
And now it's just like, dude, like, yeah, so AEW is having a pay-per-view. Cool. Like, dude, that
I
company
even
is
forgot. I even forgot. All In's not at Wemby anymore this year, is it?
no,
It's in Texas.
yes.
I'm looking at the thing right now.
I was gonna say,
AW,
is it supposed to be at Jerry's World?
yeah, July 12th, Saturday.
Dude, there ain't no way. There ain't no way. They selling out Jerry's World. There, I mean, there's your full blown, hey, WWE to AEW comparison. Dude, AEW is gonna have to fire up big time to
Because
sell tickets.
they're doing Forbidden Door in London, and that's August 24th. Dude, okay. CM Punk is not there anymore. Why are you guys spending a whole week in Chicago after All In like he's still there?
Because regardless, Chicago is a wrestling town.
I
I
know,
mean,
it's true.
yes, I know the CM Punk thing is always just the extra. It's a cherry on the top, but like, I don't know why they're doing a weekend in Chicago. I mean, because it'll sell. It will sell in Chicago, no matter what, Punk or no Punk. Even when WWE and CM Punk were in the middle of their feud, they were still selling out Chicago. It's always going to be sold out. Chicago loves wrestling.
Because I've bought every All In so far, like the Wemby one. I don't depend on what happens in Texas, but I don't know. I just like the appeal of it being overseas. It looks fantastic. I don't know what it's going to look like in Texas.
Dude, I don't think it's going to look good. I don't think it's going to look good for an American crowd. I don't think you're going to sell that many tickets.
hmm
I just don't see it. And this is the biggest test for AEW to this point. You know, at first it was trying to sell out Wembley,
Yep.
but now you're going to Jerry's World, where WWE's already been, where they've sold out multiple times.
Yep.
Best of luck. I'm not holding my breath.
and we'll be monitoring that. I mean, now with these big AEW pay-per-views, we won't be taking that long a break between pods. We're probably back in 2 weeks talking about it. Speaking of that, the best in-ring wrestler in the world, I think you and I agree, Will Ospreay, or he's definitely in the conversation. He had his interviews, just the shit talking about WWE. The usual. He really thinks AEW wrestlers are better than all of them in WWE. Just it was with the Daily Star. He's like, I think deep down we know WWE is a machine. It's an animal. They got giant stadiums. They're doing so good. But a lot of people look at us and just say we're doing it wrong because WWE is doing this. No. And then he talks about how when he got to WWE as a kid, he liked it. Then teenager didn't like it. Liked a few people. Blah blah. He hasn't watched. Out of respect, he talked about like, yeah, you guys are drawing bigger houses. You got the bigger deals, but the moment the bell rings, I think we're better than all of them. I think honestly, on my worst day, I'm better than a lot of guys in ring. In ring promos, you guys got a bunch of guys, but he thinks they're better. He's better. Thoughts?
I mean, I always find it hilarious when different wrestlers from different wrestling companies compare themselves to WWE and they
Hmm.
go, "We're not WWE." Then why are you comparing yourself to WWE?
Good point.
I mean, why are you wasting the energy? Why are you over here being like, "Oh, we're not like WWE. We're different. We're better." But then why are you bringing up WWE? You got to give credit to Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon acted like there was no other wrestling company on this planet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Therefore, no one was going like, well, you going to compare WWE to what? I've never heard of these wrestling companies. Fuck them. Like, I'll give the devil his due on that one. I sure Will Ospreay on his worst day is still better than 98% of the wrestlers in the
Mhm.
world. Period. But like,
Yeah.
okay, you might be better wrestlers, but all in all, you're not putting out a better product.
Yeah. It goes back to Punk's podcast on that UFC pod where he's just like, if you're in a company worried about some random dude, obviously talking about Meltzer's ratings instead of that, instead of making money and packing the house, I'm in the wrong business with you. I mean, you can have both. You just talked about a couple minutes ago. We used to be pumped for these AEW, like they would have their own show dedicated to that. And
Yeah,
you could have both. I've watched you have both. I've watched you sell major stadiums across the world and put on bangers in the ring.
yeah. They need to do like a hard rebrand or some shit because it's just for your average casual wrestler. I get it. AEW is going to adhere more to the hardcore wrestling fans, which is fine, dude. Great. Fill that niche. I have no problem with it. But to just stop comparing yourself to WWE. You know, ECW didn't claim to be WWE.
No.
ECW didn't claim to be WCW.
Mhm.
TNA attempted to claim they were better than WWE when they first started out. And for what, 15 years? TNA got absolutely shit on until they finally were like, hey, you know what? We're just TNA. Fuck it. And then it's like, okay, well, hey, you're the wrestling world was like, all right, well, you're cool now. But if you're gonna sit there and like take shots, like, dude,
I agree.
they,
I have nothing
it's,
I
I mean,
agree.
I want I don't want anyone to get it twisted. I
Yep.
want
Say the
AEW to
disclaimer. Yep.
succeed.
Hmm.
I really do. I want the business to flourish. I
Yep.
want,
Yep. Yep.
and let's be real, guys. WWE is becoming a bigger juggernaut by the day. They they just bought out AAA. They just
Yep.
bought the biggest promotion in Mexico.
Yep.
You know, that global expansion that Triple H wanted years ago with NXTs all over the different world, he's going to do that, but it's not going to be an NXT. He's just going to buy the biggest company
Hmm.
in each country and be like, fuck it. You're now my developmental.
Yep.
Fuck it.
I
Dude,
agree.
AEW, like, I don't get it, man.
I agree. I think we always have to put that disclaimer. We always have to, this fact that like, oh man, we want AEW to succeed. There's a lot of wrestlers we still like there. There's people who never would have gotten the opportunities. They never would have gotten without AEW. We wouldn't have the Cody Rhodes we have now without AEW. We wouldn't
Mm-hmm,
know how good John Moxley could be as a leader without AEW. Obviously,
mm-hmm.
so many other people, Hangman Adam, we would never have known him. We can go on and on. Swerve getting his second shot. Brian Danielson put on. I mean, we can go on and on about like what AEW's done for wrestling as a whole. And think about it, before AEW, the last like WWE year was like 2019 without AEW, and Roman Reigns was getting poop thrown on him from Dolph Ziggler, like big dog era, like
Oh, yeah.
like we had all this stuff. Like, come on, man. Like the world needs AEW to be good so that it keeps pushing it forward for everyone else. So
Yeah.
we
And,
always just have to
and,
say a disclaimer.
yeah. And let's be real. Will Ospreay's completely right. The wrestlers are phenomenal in AEW.
Yes.
Absolutely phenomenal. It's just ran by a crackhead. I mean, dude, like I'll never forget when I was at GalaxyCon last year
Hmm.
and I seen Swerve Strickland and I walked up to Swerve Strickland. He was just walking through and I talked to him for like 45 seconds. And that man was so fucking nice. I'm just like, God damn, I could never root against you. Even though you're feuding with my like one of my favorite wrestlers right now, Adam Page. Golly, dude, like I want you to succeed so fucking well, dude. And I am sorry you got to deal with some shitty management. You
Yeah.
guys deserve better.
I mean, that's the thing too that you and I and Byron now have been able to experience with like, and this is another plug to go to these cons. You go to these cons, you get to hear the real from these like wrestlers in these promotions. Because I mean, you had that conversation with them. You had a conversation with the Hardys about like what's the pros and
Mm-hmm.
benefits from AEW, WWE, and they gave you an honest answer. So this is a plug. Go to these cons, like for anything you like, you get the real like sitch when you go to cons.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, the Hardy's manager handler they had was
Mhm.
just trying to carny the shit out of me into paying an extra $10 for a photo, and it's like, dude, I don't give a fuck. Like, stop trying to upsell me. But I get it, you're doing your job, so good on
Right.
you, pal. But like, dude, yeah, Hardy's are like just so like I was like, hey, what do you guys like, about like AEW and like what you're doing? And they're like, we don't. It fucking sucks right now. And I'm like, God damn, okay. I
It's
expected that answer, but I did not expect that answer in that way.
it's crazy, man. We want him to succeed. That's all that matters for me. I and we know the point in history where everything changed. The media scrum changed everything.
Mm-hmm.
That point in history, because they were just. And again, I'll never forgive Punk for ruining the match I wanted with him and MJF and him like doing the real job for him. But that scrum changed everything. It ruined the trajectory of so many different things. Like it is what it is. We'll see what they do with Double or Nothing. I mean, we'll see the pictures. We'll watch it, and we'll go from there. Real quick, Jacob, Backlash happened a couple weeks ago. Already a couple weeks ago. It was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Nothing really crazy there. Randy Orton and Cena were the main event in that regard, and I was I was actually shocked in the match that they put on because obviously the Cena wanting to ruin wrestling with his match with Cody, leaving stuff to desire. But the Cena match, man, with Orton, just the security, our truth, just
Our truth.
that was fan. And what the R Truth thing led up to the media thing to now they're gonna wrestle a Saturday night main event.
Mhm.
I was like, wow. I was like, oh, he's still. I mean. Okay. That just tells me that him and Cody are having another match and they're saving stuff.
Yeah. It also like makes me like I part of me is like, oh yeah, John Cena's going to ruin wrestling. But then John Cena's like, I'm going to have a main event match for the WWE Championship with R-Truth, which is just doing one for R-Truth, and I'm so happy for him,
2 weeks after Backlash. He's
dude.
competed at every pay-per-view since on his retirement tour.
Dude, I'm like, I'm so happy for R-Truth, and I know,
Yeah.
like, Cena deep down, he's not going to show up, but you know how happy Cena is the fact he's able to do this with R-Truth.
Yeah. Yeah. I love
Dude,
it.
that's fucking awesome. Like, dude, you're not ruining us. Like, dude, this is a feel good moment. You can't lie to me. You can't lie to me. I know what you're doing.
Especially since the past two champions, Cody, well, not Cody, but more specifically Roman Reigns, they were not giving someone like R-Truth a match.
Fuck no.
No. Jacob, the
No.
one thing that really like it was a fine, it was, normal pay-per-view. Thing I was mad about was Pat McAfee should not have lasted that long against Gunter. Not the Gunter we know.
Right.
I was just like, are we I get it, you want to make but come on, bro. This is Gunter.
Yes.
If he can't put away Pat McAfee, then we're gonna start having problems at the L7C.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where Pat was just the attraction match,
Yeah.
and I get it. I get it from that kind of standpoint, but from like, our standpoint, dude, I want to see Gunther chop him once and 1, 2, 3, call it a day.
Yes.
And be like,
Yep.
well, that was that.
Yep.
Like I want it to look like a Ryback squash match, a prime Ryback squash match.
Mm-hmm. That's
But
exactly.
I, whatever. Like we all knew this was kind of like a throwaway match, Whatever. I'm not gonna get too pissy about it. I
Right.
understand both sides. Like, yeah.
We talked about Saturday Night Main Event. Like, there's four matches right now. Jacob, listen to this card right now. You talk about attractions. Uh, Jay Uso versus Logan Paul. Cena versus R-Truth. CM Punk with Sami Zayn against Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre in a steel cage match. Those are the four matches for Saturday Night Main Event happening this Saturday. That's kind of
That's a
crazy.
that's a good card. Like just 4 matches in, that's a good
hmm
card.
I'm like,
I did realize I'm not sure if you guys realized it or not, but the reason why Jey Uso was not at Backlash was because he was in Pittsburgh doing a promotional night for the Pittsburgh Pirates. He was there.
oh, okay. That's cool. Okay, Jay.
Yeah, he was out, dude. They were fucking giving out instead of like yeet across the glasses, they had like yins for Pittsburgh.
All
Pirate
right.
was coming out doing the whole yeet thing. I was like, "Ah, that's pretty fucking cool, man." Like I ain't gonna lie. I was like, yeah, you get on Jay. He is growing on me as a champion. I have to admit it. He's growing on me more and more. I was shitting on him hardcore, but he was
Well,
going
that's
after
just
my boy
because you're a
out
big
there.
Gunter. You're a big
I'm
Gunter
a
guy.
massive Gunther fan, But honestly, what he's doing, like, yeah, I'm
And then
okay with it.
and Gunter already announced he has his rematch ready, so which is
Hmm.
good. We're not like pretending we're all idiots and forgot that you had a rematch clause as champion. So we'll see how that goes, man. We'll see. We'll report that as well. Jacob, you were the first one to share this. Hogan, yep, Hulk Hogan, not Becky Hogan, and Bischoff are making a new wrestling project called Real American Freestyle Wrestling. So is it basically just shoot wrestling as a competition?
It sounds like it. The first show's going to be in Cleveland, of all places. So
Is it really?
yeah, it's going to be in Cleveland. Their first show, I think it's in August or sometime late summer, early fall. I'm yeah, it's
Ooh,
in
I'm
Cleveland.
intrigued.
Yeah, I mean, trust me, I'm still not fucking going, but I am. I, I mean, I also seen a thing earlier that said Hogan is attempting to buy the intellectual properties of Hooters. I don't know if that's real or not, but
Oh
it made
dear.
me it made me chuckle. I'm like, it seems fake, but I could also see it being real. So I'm like, maybe.
Oh God. Oh
Yeah,
man.
I don't know. No one's been like announced yet as like who's going to wrestle.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like that's going to be a big thing because you're going to have to put somebody like someone's got to carry that card. Like Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff in 2025 are not just going to carry that card on their names alone.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, agreed. 100% agreed. Want to go before we go some of the final stuff. Want to talk about your guy Karrion Kross. He's got to get into this. He's rising ever since that promo he had. The shoot, I think, is a more shoot work promo talking about, if you're a good soldier, and then when you see WWE releases and stuff and people getting buried, you're like, see, they were a good soldier. And Bailey having her interview talking about like she does everything right and not getting the respect she deserves, so he's getting punched. Like Byron shared the picture. I think that'd be the next step. Get a money in the bank. Do it.
Absolutely. Dude, I'm not sure if you've seen it, but like he was on Main Event, which is
Hmm.
for those who don't know, it's a pre-show before Monday Night Raws, like live in the arena. That dude had a pop, like one hell of a pop on Main Event of all things. That man, number one selling T-shirt, outselling Cena, The Rock, Roman Reigns, Seth. He's outselling everyone on the entire company.
So we want. I think he should win. Well, one he should get in a match for it, but I think he should win Money in the Bank, and then I know it's already planned out, but hear me out because we know when you leave this company, you leave on your back. I think the last match for Cena, I think he should win. You really think he's retiring with that belt and Karrion snacks it from him?
Oh, oh, that'd be fucking dope. Like
Because whoever
Cena
Cena
wins
beats,
Cena wins his last match.
and you really think he's leaving with that bitch?
Yeah. And fucking TikTok.
Yup.
Oh, dude, that'd be fucking sick.
Byron
That'd be so
timestamp
good.
this. This is our idea. First one's putting it out there. Cena wins his last match because it's in Massachusetts. I think they're doing like a special pay-per-view for him too. Like
Oh,
it's
that's
in
cool.
Boston. His family, everyone's gonna be going crazy. He wins the main event of that. Everyone's clapping, blah blah blah. Tick tick. Karrion Kross, boom boom, hits him with the briefcase. Maybe throw in Scarlet to smack Cena around on Cena's last pay-per-view ever. He's on his back and he got cashed in by Karrion Kross.
Dude, I'd
Book it.
shit. I would shit. That'd be fucking awesome. You want to know one of my favorite things I seen the other night? I think it was on the other night on Raw, or maybe it was Backlash. I don't remember which one. Is reset. It was seeing the New Day shaking hands with Karrion Kross,
Mm.
and I was just like, yeah, it's coming full circle right now, baby. Like,
Hmm.
because they had a feud
Hmm.
and fucking Cross turned them. Dude,
Hmm.
there's so many storylines written in for Cross for him to just to go. And also, we found out the dude's paying for his own promos outside of WWE and then having them getting done in WWE. Shotzi let that one out. Uh, that's wild. Dude, everyone's behind Cross, and it makes me so happy. And I'm not even trying to gatekeep this one either.
Right.
I'm not over here like, nah, fuck you guys. Where the hell were you when so and so? No, I want this dude to run. I
Yeah.
want this dude to get. I want this dude to get everything Bray Wyatt should have had.
Rest in peace.
Like that. That's where I'm at with Karrion Kross. That dude is, how I feel about Karrion Kross now is how I felt about Bray Wyatt when he was still alive.
Yeah.
Push this man to the moon. He can tell a story. He can run anything. And just, dude, he's causing so much fucking like so much commotion just outside of the ring, like just on his social media. Like Vincent and Dutch, the Righteous, they their contracts were up with AEW and Ring of Honor.
Mm.
And Karrion Kross is over there, like their whole thing is like Vincent has like a sweet ass intro where he just like snaps his fingers. And Karrion Kross is over there like on his Instagram snapping his fingers to Vincent's theme song, and everyone's talking about it. It's blowing up. It's catching, it's trending. It's this, it's that. It's like this dude's not doing shit, and he's getting so over. Like he did his own fucking 50-minute documentary about his WrestleMania weekend, which highly recommend you guys watch it. It's really good quality. It's really good. It's all in all, dude, he's killing it, and he's going to, uh, when they give him the chance, he's going to absolutely run with it. So good. If they just let him do his thing.
Agreed, man. Agreed, agreed. Last big conversational piece. Big E, he was on the Backlash pay-per-view, which I was shocked he brought this up. He brought up the double standard of age in wrestling. How when a woman gets 30 and 30 and up, we're talking about like, oh, you should start winding it down. But like as a guy, 30, 40s up, shit, 50s and more, you're like, oh my gosh, keep giving them chances. They're in the prime of their career. Because this got brought up with like the WWE releases. Like there was a rumor like, oh, Dakota Kai got released because she's like mid to late 30s, which I think is obscene. But what are your thoughts on Big E publicly bringing that up on a WWE product?
I mean, what's Biggie got to lose? Shout out to Biggie, because what are they going to do? Make him not wrestle? Like, dude can't wrestle. He's already made his money. He's set for life. What are they going to do? Let him go? He'll go be a commentator for literally any wrestling company or for any company right now. He'll be fine. I think the age thing is eh. I don't see it. Natalia's still there. How old's fucking Natalia?
But she's not. I guess they meant like they said. Look at the top champions right now. They're all in their late 30s, 40s, and up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see a fuck. I don't see it.
I will
I
say,
mean,
I think the only
yeah,
thing that's different between the men and the women is obviously like, and we've talked about this a lot with the past couple superstars. Is I mean, having a kid in pregnancy, like obviously that changed some of your stuff in your career because if you get pregnant at the wrong time in the heat of your push is dead. But then if you
yeah,
have medical conditions, something like that, that may be the only time you can have a kid if you want a kid. Like that is real.
yeah,
So, and then there's some women who they're just so hot they avoid it all and have a kid and they're right back on top. Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch is the outlier on that
Mhm.
one, 100%. I mean, fuck, dude, look at Oscar. Oscar's older than fuck. I think she might be one of the oldest women on that roster easily,
Hmm.
actually, because she's actually way older than I would ever guess.
Yeah.
Um, I I don't see it. I just Dakota Kai, like everyone was hopped on her,
It
but
was a
like,
rumor, not confirmed, but like there was a rumor that the only reason she got released is because she's old, which I'm like, I don't know if I don't
I
know if
don't see
Triple
it.
H would do that.
I don't see it.
So we'll see on that. Other thing, Jacob, we lost the hardcore legend, man. Sabu passed away this past week. I mean, I still just remember any ECW person, I instantly think of ECW One Night Stand. That might be
Yeah,
one of the
yeah,
greatest pay-per-views of all time. Like you,
yep, yep,
if we
yes,
ranked
sir.
if we got all the pay-per-views from throughout history of all the different promotions we've seen, you could throw in the first All In at Wembley, WrestleMania 17,
The first All In.
the first All In. ECW 2006 One Night Stand is one of the greatest things I've ever seen.
100%. It's so good. It's so good. It's just it's chaotic enough for an ECW. It's wild enough for an ECW. It has that WWE production touch to it,
Hmm.
but with like an ECW flair, obviously, dude. That I talk, hell, man, I talk about that fuck pay per view all the time. I love that pay per
The
view.
crowd, man, man.
You talk about Cena, the guy throwing Cena's shirt
Oh
back.
my.
Fuck you, goaded.
I know, black t-shirt, black guy. He was, oh my God, he looked like the black guy from the Mission Impossible movies. Like he was just going crazy. He was like, fuck you. And so and everyone, Cena's looking around. And I'm like, holy sh. That's where the legendary sign, if Cena wins, we riot.
Yeah, I mean, and yeah, obviously we're talking about Sabu, so we had Sabu versus Rey Mysterio,
Hmm.
which ended in a double count out. Whatever. Uh, I get why they did that, but like, dude, that was a great match, and it's crazy to think that Sabu was literally wrestling a month ago. He had his
Hmm.
final match at Joey Janela's Spring Break, which is like a WrestleMania weekend staple, and he had a fucking barbed wire match,
Hmm.
and dude went dude went out on a shield. I mean, what else do you say? You know, dude is 60 years old, hardcore legend icon, and just never stopped. Literally rode that horse until it died. No pun intended. But like, I mean, seriously, I rode that car till the wheels fell off. I don't know. And I know like a lot of people were like freaking out about Joey Janela and stuff. I seen him like catch him flack, and I'm like, dude, no, no, I'm not going to blame Joey Janela
I saw
for.
something that people are raising money for him, and someone's like, "Why isn't WWE doing it?" I was like, "I don't know. I'm not there, but yeah, I don't know. I don't
I
know."
don't think they had like the greatest relationship, Sabu and WWE. But Sabu, I don't think ever had like a great relationship with any promoter ever. Even Paul Heyman. You watch the East, like you go on Peacock and you look up like the ECW documentary.
Mhm.
Dude, Paul Heyman tears into Sabu because he was supposed to be at their pay per view. He was supposed to be tag teaming with Taz, I think, or he was facing Taz, one of the two. And he ended up going to Japan and doing a match. So Paul Heyman went out like at the beginning of the show and said, "Listen, this is what was supposed to happen." Sabu fucking left. He's a piece of shit, and that was it. But like, I mean, WWE did their tribute. AEW did their tribute. If there's one thing I do love about the wrestling community is like whether you liked them or didn't like them, we all showed like everyone like showed respect
Yes.
for him. You know.
Yes.
Also, what a sick theme song he had. His theme song was so fucking good. Because my reels have just been filled to like Sabu shit here recently, and it's just all been his theme song in the background. God, what a banger!
I love it, man. And then 5 year. I can't believe it's been 5 years since Shad died, saving his son. I think anytime you hear 5 years now, that's when COVID started.
Yeah,
Dude, that's when we started, pretty much like that.
yeah,
I mean,
right.
God, I mean, we're gonna be at the point, Jacob, this year at the like fall time, we could have like our 5 year retrospective of our very first episode.
Dude, that's crazy.
I don't even, what was our first, like, I'm trying to think the exact topic. I could probably go on the app and just
I don't know.
scroll all
We
the
can
way
ask
down.
Mitch. It was probably roster update or something.
I don't think that was our first one when we first started. That's wild.
Just
Uh,
joking.
I'm trying to think, bro. And think
Because
about the
it was the
crazy
second
stuff we've covered.
episode.
Yeah. Think about the crazy stuff we have.
I mean,
Covered.
we we covered when AEW first came out.
Hmm.
Dude, I just remember being on like at my old job when I was on the road all the time.
Hmm.
And I'd be like, all right, hold on, let me go to the fitness center, the lobby, or a computer area to record this fucking podcast while I'm in bumfucked Michigan or something.
Like it is crazy how like this
That is
anything. Five
that's
years, man.
wild.
Like everyone's about to hit like the OG podcast, like the OG people, the Mitch, you, like Byron, those first five episodes are about to hit their 5 year anniversaries this fall.
God damn, I feel old.
And then look at all the fans you've gotten along the way.
Oh, fans and enemies. I'm pretty sure I'm blacklisted from Saudi Arabia.
Oh man, man,
But
man, man.
no, that's crazy, man. Like when you put it like that, dude. I mean, it's crazy to think like us growing up. We were
Mhm.
born around same time.
Mhm.
There was post 9/11 or pre 9/11, post 9/11,
Yes.
and then there was pre COVID and post COVID.
Yep.
Like if you could summarize up like fucking millennials to a T, it's that
Hmm.
right there. We are pre 9/11, post, and we've done that twice now.
Yep. It's crazy.
That's wild, man. And then the fact that you see, like, I know we totally got off the whole thing there, but like, dude, Shad's been gone for 5 years, which is still pisses me off. The dude didn't win the fucking Warrior Award,
The year
the
he.
first one.
Hmm.
You, what? No,
Hmm.
absolutely not. I'm still salty about that.
It's crazy, man. It is crazy. Um, anything else, Jacob?
No, I think we've covered it because it's been. I don't want to say it's been like slow, but it's been. We've covered the majority of the shit. AEW still kind of blah. Um, they have a crackhead for a fucking owner, and WWE is still fucking cooking. I mean, yeah, did we talk? Yeah, we talked about we talked about it in the last podcast about AAA.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude, I don't know. Is Alberto Del Rio going to show up?
Dude, hell no. No, 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 no. I just saw something too about Guy bringing him. I think this would be another Omega domino going back to AEW. Someone said they were cutting all those girls so that they're gonna give Mariah May the bag.
Why?
Her contract's coming, is about to be done. They haven't re-signed her.
Fucking then don't resign her. Fuck it.
You don't think
She's not
AEW
going
should
to.
re-sign May?
As good as she is, you need a whole fucking culture change, not just a singular wrestler. And AEW has proven that with all the money they've put out on all these other women, Britt Baker, Mercedes Moné, Tony Storm is the one who's carried that division, and Tony Storm was trash. We used to trash on her
Yes,
a
we did.
lot.
Yes, we did.
Um, and she's reinvented herself, and she's carried that division. Who else? You needed a whole culture change. I don't give a shit who's there at
Well,
this
I
point.
what happened, and that's a whole other thing. Because you talked about Tony. Like, remember again? I don't know what's really going on with the Britt Baker stuff, but Jamie Hayter. I think the Thunder Rosa thing was the first like real like because she was on top. We were like Thunder Rosa. She had that match to win. She was all bloodied up. We're like, this is great. She gets hurt, then it finds out her and Britt have real life beef, and since then, I mean, Mercedes is there. She has like 10 million belts. She doesn't have the main belt. And then Saraya came. I think she messed some things up. I'm not gonna lie, but hey, what can you say? What can you
I
say?
mean, dude, let's be real. That women's division has been a clusterfuck since the beginning.
Yeah, they got talent. They have significant talent.
They have talent. It's not a talent problem. It's a managerial problem. It's
Yeah,
a culture problem. I don't know what. It's not a talent problem. That's what I can tell you. You have some killers in that fucking women's locker room, but it just ran like shit. So you know what? Fuck it. Don't throw the bag at Maria May. Let her go do her own fucking thing.
I don't think she
I
could work in WWE. Just like she won't be able to have the same persona and aura she had in it because she can't say the raunchy shit she's saying. She says over there to here.
you're right,
So I
but
don't know what she would do here. I don't know why I'm
uh,
saying here like I'm there, like WWE.
dude, I don't know, but I until that whole locker room changes, and I'm not saying that from a talent perspective. I really don't care who the fuck they keep or don't keep at this point because it's just so fucked. They're in the weeds so bad that it's just like whatever. And I know it's terrible to say, but let's be real. If I'm talking AEW, like Tony Storm's great. Other than that, meh. We thought Mercedes was going to be it.
Hmm.
Uh, she obviously ain't it. She ain't changed that game up.
There's something. I mean, I don't know who. I mean, she's obviously the highest paid, but I don't know what clique she's in the back because we know the cliques in the back are what matters, and we also know what really matters. If the EVPs don't fuck with you, then you have no shot to change anything.
Well, like I said, it's got to be a culture change, son.
But I already know this
Maybe.
weekend they're gonna put on some banger matches. We're gonna be like, damn, that was
Oh yeah,
crazy.
that's AEW at its finest. We'll talk. We will call them out on all this shit. They'll do a pay per view. It'll be fucking sick, and we'll be like, God dang AEW, look at you go. And then a week later, we're gonna be right back on the shit because they're going to be right back on their normal shit. And it's like, okay, damn it, I want to love AEW so much. I want to not be pissed off at AEW,
I get it,
but
man. I get it. Jacob, anything else?
nope, that'll do it for me, buddy.
With that being said, thank you everyone for listening to our wrestling update on the L7C podcast. Make sure you like, rate, comment, subscribe wherever you listen. We'll be back in probably 2 weeks. We're going to talk about Double or Nothing and Saturday Night Main Event. So that'll be not this weekend. We're going to let both of them happen because it's Memorial Day weekend. And then after that, and then wait, is this really happening? July 2nd is AEW 300.
Yeah.
Got their 300 episodes, so that's got to be something good. With that being said, L7C podcast signing out. Thank you for listening to this episode of the L7C podcast. Be sure to like, rate, review, and subscribe to the channel. Follow us on all social media platforms, and we'll be talking to you guys soon. Take care.